Good?
G'day everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video we're diving out on the west coast for crayfish, we're spearfishing on the east coast for kingfish, and we're doing all of this to gather seafood for my brother's wedding. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I've been back in New Zealand now for a bit over a week, and just by chance, the west coast has gone nice and flat. And we all know what that means. We're gonna launch this beautiful boat here. We've got the bro Chris. And a couple other bros hopefully gonna turn up in a few minutes. We're gonna get out there, try and get some crays, some power, maybe a fish or two. You know the deal, we're into it. Here it's looking all right. I can kind of see the bag in the water a bit, so that's not too bad. We've definitely dived it when it's been a lot worse, so we're just gearing up now to get in there. So we got super lucky where I parked the boat here and pretty much dropped it right where I wanted to be. A nice ledge that had plenty of crayfish. So I think this is maybe my second or third dive actually, and I found this ledge and just go down, grab that crayfish there, carry on down and just move along, and I see these cracks and I know there's got to be crayfish in them, so pretty much just move along looking. And yeah, sure enough, there's another candidate, so a quick grab secures him, and yeah, I'm off to the surface.
Hell yeah, boys!
So yeah, I'm pretty stoked to find them that quickly. I don't really have any GPS marks for out on the west coast here, so I kind of just go by feel, and sometimes it sort of takes me a little while to get onto them, but yeah, I was pretty happy with that. So I go straight back to where I was, drop down again. I've got the gun parked over the ledge, so I just sort of follow my gun rope back to where I was and then just swum a little bit ahead of it, drop down again, pretty much land in exactly the same place, and move along and look under here and see these two beauties right here. So yeah, grab the first one, it kicks up a big cloud, so I have to get in there pretty quick, grab the second one, and yeah, it all works out alright in the end, and head back to the surface. And that second one I grabbed is actually a pretty decent sized cray. Another drop here down through the water. It was pretty reasonable viz for the west coast this day. You can see it kind of looks pretty murky, but this is actually pretty decent viz for the west. And yeah, I kind of land a bit further down the crack this time, so not really landing directly on the crayfish, but just move along, keeping my eyes open. And I've got the boys diving here as well. They're all diving in this area as well, so they might have actually been through here and scared the crayfish. But anyway, I come through and I find this one parked up, and it's a short hole. It sort of doesn't really have anywhere to go, so a pretty easy grab. And you get that one, carry on, keep looking, but find this little patch of power here. So there's one reasonable one in it, so a quick hit knocks it off the rock, and I'm heading back to the surface with a power and crayfish this time.
Get one? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice to see the boys getting a few crays as well. And yeah, quick measure this power, and it's not a huge amount over legal, but it's not fitting through the slot, so it's legal, and in the bag it goes. Back down there again and find this crayfish. Have a quick grab at it, and I'm just a bit slow. I sort of have a look around here and see if I can get it from behind, but I can't feel it there, so just end up moving on and carry on along the ledge and find this big boy sitting right here. And nice quick grab gets it, nice and easy, and I'm pulling it out and I look over here and there's a snapper just swimming by. Typical west coast. But yeah, head back to the surface with it, and it's another big boy.
Done it. Yes.
So yeah, we head back in. We got a bunch of really nice crayfish. I got 3 really big ones that I would normally put back, but since I was gathering for my brother's wedding and I didn't have a permit, so I could only gather my 6. And I do want to point out that the limit was still 6 when this dive was had, not 3 like it is now. But yeah, decided to take them, and sort of worked out pretty well in the end.
Yeah.
Well, we've made it back. That was a choice ass dive. We were straight on the crays. Lots of crayfish there, few power, a couple of fat kinner, and I managed at the end shoot this nice little snapper here. So yeah, mean little mission. We're going to chuck the boat on the trailer and get out of here. Yeah. What a haul. What a haul. Mean day. What a mean mash. Yeah. Look at that one. That's another nice one. Well, there we are. The West Coast does it again, providing the kai.
Meke tangaro.
Meke tangaro, right. We're going to divide our kai up and get out of here, so that's probably pretty much it for this dive, and we'll see you in the next one. Well, g'day everyone. It's a beautiful Monday morning. One of the perks of not having to work is that when the weather's really nice on a weekday, I can go fishing. And so I got my mate Dave here from Aussie. He's got his boat here. We're heading out for a mission. I'd really like to get a kingfish. It's been nearly 4 weeks home and I still haven't got one yet, so that will be the goal today. Let's do it. All right.
So this was an absolutely stunning day. Beautiful, beautiful weather. Super nice as we headed out of the estuary here. And it was just one of those perfect days. Pretty happy to be out there, really.
I'm about to jump in. This is a nice little pinnacle here, and hopefully we'll see something pretty good. Let's do it.
Good. Oh, it's beautifully clean. We're sitting right on top of it too.
This was absolute champagne diving conditions. Beautiful clear water, and it wasn't long before the kingfish just started to swim up to me while I was sort of lying on the surface getting ready to dive. So I just took my time, got a decent breathe up, and then dropped down onto the pin. And the top of the pin here, I'd want to say is about 12 meters deep. So I just dropped down, basically headed for the pin, and keeping my eyes on these kingfish. They were quite curious today, and it was sort of starting to form into a pretty reasonable school with a couple of fairly nice kingfish in it. And then when these two swum up, I couldn't help but plug the larger one. And I get what I thought was a pretty good shot into it. I thought I'd got it through the gill plate, which is normally pretty good if you get them through there. And it screams off to the depths, so I just let it pull string off the reel gun and head for the surface.
Kingy on!
I let Dave know that I'm onto a fish and then start fighting it. I'm just starting to get it to where I can see it, and it gives a big pull and rips off the spear.
Bugger! I lost it! It came off! Kingy! Bloody nice one too!
Yeah, fair to say I was pretty gutted about that, but yeah, just headed back up to the front of the pinnacle, and they sort of weren't swimming around up to me on the surface by this stage, but just dropped down to the front of the pinnacle. Nice, calm, slow descent, and it's nice to see I've got all these 2-spot demoiselles and a bunch of pink mau there. Sometimes this place can be really good for trevally as well, but it was sort of more just mau, sweep, and 2-spot demoiselles here today. But yeah, drop down, sit on the bottom and wait, and this little kingfish is the first to come in, and then behind him comes in another couple, and it certainly wasn't as big as the one I'd shot previously, but it was a nice kingfish, and I get a nice shot into it. Just a little bit higher than what I would have liked, but I must have hit its spine. You can see that by the way it's just wriggling and jelly there, so there's not a lot of fight in it, and I head back for the surface. Pretty happy with myself. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up having this one in my arms. So yeah, you can see it can't really fight, can't really swim away too hard because spine must be partially broken. But I'm pulling it in and I see this shark coming under it and I have a moment of panic. I really don't want to lose this fish. But for whatever reason, and it's probably not really that normal behavior from the shark, it decides that it's going to leave it. It's not overly worried about it. Normally they'll come in like that, have a look, and then start trying to have a go at the fish, but that shark just wasn't overly interested. And luckily for me, I managed to get the kingfish to me, get my arms around it, and call Dave over.
Dave! You got him? No, not really.
Back on the top of the pinnacle, and that shark decides it's going to come in for a look, and it kind of gets a bit too close, so I give it a bit of a poke, and just basically I'm just letting it know that I'm the boss here and it needs to leave me alone. So with the shark dutifully scared off, I'm able to make another drop, and you can see on the peripheries here I have still got a few kingfish floating around. But I'm pretty happy with the kingfish I've got, and I've got these nice pink mau mau in front of me, so I'll line one up and take a shot. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to get that pink mau mau. They are pretty delicious. So once again, I'm heading to the surface feeling pretty happy with myself. And I'll pull it in pretty quickly and quickly get it back onto the spear. The spear had gone all the way through it, but I quickly get it back onto the spear and get the spear back into the gun. And I'm kind of doing this pretty quick, just as a precaution, just in case that shark comes back and I need to give it another poke. And the pink mau mau are still hanging around, so I drop down trying to take the chance to get another one. And I don't know what it is, but something just gives them a bit of a spook there. But I just remain calm, keep dropping, and look over, and there's a few other ones there. And the ones that spooked end up just turning around and coming back. I don't know what scared them, maybe a kingfish or something, not really sure. But drop down with them, and they look like they're about to bolt, so line this one up and give it the shaft. And that's pink mau mau number 2. You beauty. Really nice sized pink mau mau these guys were. They don't really get a lot bigger than that, and I was pretty happy with that shot too. Nice little stone shot. Killed it straight away. And chuck it in the boat as Dave comes by. Back down there again, I end up having a couple more shots on a couple more dives, but end up missing the fish. And it's time to get back on the boat and move on.
It got a bit quiet there. And the pinkies were starting to get a bit weary. Oh, they're bronzy fucked off. I gave them a pretty good poke.
Well, that was a pretty fun little dive. That bronzy was a bit of a hard case. Yeah, the king sort of died off in that other spot, and I was not having a huge amount of luck shooting any more pinkies, so I've come to a different spot here. We're going to jump in here. This is another kingy spot. I'm pretty confident we're going to encounter the odd king here. So yeah.
This spot is a little bit shallower than the last spot, probably about 9 meters to the top of the pin here. So yeah, I get there, we've got a bunch of little coeys screaming around here, so It was absolutely no surprise to see a couple of little kingfish come in, but they're pretty much on the small side and not really what I'm after. So I see a few pink mau mau out off the front edge of the pin, so just drop down off the front edge in through this beautiful school of sweet, and as it opens up I line up this guy, pull the trigger and get a decent shot in, hit the fish's spine and head to the surface with my third pink mau mau.
There's some little kingies here. Little ones, yeah.
We're on our way home. We might look at one more spot on the way, but for now, we're headed back. Alright, we're back at Dave's place.
Hey?
Dave has jumped the gun, he's already cutting up the kingy here. Nice fat kingy, looks like it's in pretty good shape, yeah. And
Very handsome kingy.
in the bin here we've got a cutaway, a bunch of snapper and 3 nice pink mau mau. So I'm pretty happy with that. I would like to get that first king that I shot and ripped off, but it is what it is. This is still a beautiful king here, and there's going to be a good few feeds come off that, plus all the other fish that we've got in the thing. Pretty excited to finally eat some kingfish and some pink mau mau. I love pink mau mau, they're delicious as well. So yeah, we are going to clean the rest of this fish up and I'm going to get out of here. Well, alright, it's a couple of days later and I am smoking up this fillet of kingfish that we got the other day. And the plan is to make little smoked fish pies for a bit of finger food for the wedding. So yeah, it's been smoking for a while now, it's pretty much done. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. That is looking pretty damn good. Alright, we're at my brother's place. We're getting all this kai ready for the wedding celebration. So we have the last crayfish currently cooking in the pot here. We've sort of had to cook them one by one because they're so big and it's the biggest pot we've got. We've got bodies here. This one's cooling. We've got the tails stashed over there. We haven't cut them up yet. We've got bodies here. We've got a pile of shells. We've got a bowl of crayfish meat, more shells. And we've also got the smoked kingfish there in that container. And yeah, full on into it. We're gonna carry on, get all this prepped up. We'll show you what it's like when it's done. Alright, so this is the dish we've got here. We've got smoked fish in a white sauce, and we're putting it in these pastry shells, and we're gonna put a little bit of cheese on it, grill them up in the oven. Gonna be delicious. I've tried it, it's absolutely amazing. I haven't tried it in the shells obviously, but I've just tried some of this. Absolutely amazing. So that's the plan. We've got a bowl full of crayfish here. That is going to get put with a sauce that Claire's mum is making, and yeah, that's going to be the dish. We'll crack on, we'll get it done, we'll show you the result. Alright, we finally got all our little pies cooked. They're still in the oven, but they are looking delicious. Check this out. Oh yeah. Oh, it's going all foggy. It's going all foggy. We're pretty much done. We're getting ready to go. I've just got to have a shower, have a bit of a shave, get some nice clothes on. We'll be going. We took all our kai to the wedding, and I had intended to film some clips, but it just didn't happen. Just got busy socializing and everything, and it didn't happen, but it all went down really well. Got a lot of compliments on the little smoked fish pies. They were just perfect. All in all, it was super successful. Awesome couple of dives, turned into an awesome feed, and everything worked out really well. So that's it for this video. I'm gonna say thanks for watching. We'll see you in that next one. Yo!